Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video, I have a full face of drugstore first impressions. We're gonna be testing out a bunch of brand new drugstore and affordable makeup products. I'm pretty sure I have every single thing for a full face minus a new concealer. The concealer I'm gonna be using is drugstore. It's just not super brand new. I haven't really seen any brand new concealers, at least at any of my drugstores. I think the only new concealer that's coming out is from Makeup Revolution, as well as their new foundation, which I'm gonna be reviewing on my channel. I literally just ordered that a few days ago, so that's coming very soon. I have new concealers, they're just all high-end, and I wanted to keep this video all drugstore, so I don't really have much to say. I know this video is going to be super long though, so as always, don't forget to grab a snack. I hope you enjoy, and let's jump into it. Alright, so brows are done, lids are primed, just because I literally always use the same exact products. So I'm going to start off with my eyes, as always. I actually have two different eyeshadow palettes, which if you haven't seen my last video, which was a Target shop with me, check it out. I'll leave a link to it down below, but there was a ton of new Perfusion makeup. I have tried Perfusion makeup before. They do sell it at my TJ Maxx, but I've never gotten anything from like Target, like officially, so I'm really excited. I have two eyeshadow palettes. The first one is this one, which doesn't this remind you of something like high-end? This is the Mixed Metals Peach Palette, and look at these eyeshadows. Oh my gosh. They look so good. The pans are huge. This palette was only $10. It came with a lip liner, a blending brush, a metallic lip cream, which I'm probably honestly not going to use. But I still think regardless if you don't use the other stuff that it came with, the palette itself for only being $10, and like, do you see how big this is? That's such a good deal. And I also got another eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be kind of dipping into as well. This one is the Beauty Superstars 23-piece complete beauty collection palette. The packaging is super cute. It's like holographic. I'm not obsessed with bulky packaging like this, but if the palette itself is good, then I don't mind. All right, let's actually start with this palette right here. I'm going to be using the shade in the middle right here and applying that right in my crease. Oh my gosh, I love how this comes with a huge mirror. That's like super convenient, especially when filming. Oh my gosh, do you see how pigmented that is? That's crazy. There is a little bit of fallout, but fallout doesn't really bother me, especially when the palette is affordable, because I always do my eye makeup before my face makeup anyway, so it's not a huge deal breaker. Oh my gosh. That is like insane. This blending brush, by the way, is everything. I got this at Ulta, and yeah, ever since I got it, I've always been obsessed with this. Like, it's such a great, soft, fluffy blending brush. So I'm just gonna really build this up. I mean, it's really pigmented without building it up, as you can see, but I really want this to be super blown out and smoky. I want to really play with this palette, so we're going to use some of the colors in here next. Let me just find a different blending brush. I'm going to be using this Sigma E25 blending brush. I'm going to be using this color right here, which is called Outspoken. I'm going to apply this on the outer part of my crease. I feel like it's very similar to the shade that I just used, except it's like a little bit darker. I know like everybody says my looks are the same, but I really like to do looks that I would personally wear. Like, I've said it before, but like, I'm not super creative with my makeup looks because I'm not a makeup artist, and I like to do things that are realistic for me. Like, I think crazy beautiful makeup is like amazing. I just personally would never wear something like that, so I like to do looks that I would actually wear like outside of the house, you know what I mean? That is why my looks are always neutral, so I apologize if you don't enjoy. All right, this is actually really pigmented, and I'm really impressed. I think I'm gonna build that up even more. I'm gonna use the same blending brush. I'm just gonna wipe it off with a washcloth. I always keep these little washcloths with me when I do my makeup, and I'm gonna be taking the shade right here, which is called Special. It's like a nice chocolate brown, and I'm gonna be applying that basically in the same spot where I just applied that other shade. I kind of just want to darken it up a little bit. Okay, so there is quite a bit of fallout, but again, not a huge deal breaker for me, considering these palettes are so affordable. I think actually, can I take this? Oh, okay, so I can actually take this entire palette out of this thing right here, which the packaging isn't really sturdy. This is much more convenient. So don't these look like Natasha Denona, like the color scheme and like the pan sizes? It reminds me of them so much. So I'm gonna actually be using this green color right here, and I'm gonna be applying that all over my lid. My favorite brush for packing on color lately has been from Anastasia. It's the number 18 brush. I know that it's pricey, but it's one of the best ones that I've found really packing on color. And I'm not gonna wet my brush just because I want to see how this applies on its own. Oh, it's really pigmented. It doesn't have much of a sheen to it. but it's pigmented, which I'm impressed with. Okay, I'm actually going to wet my brush because I want it to be a little bit more metallic-y, hopefully. So I'm gonna use my Jcat matte makeup setting spray. I don't remember if I've used this before. I know that I have 2 makeup setting sprays from Jcat Beauty, and I don't remember which one I used. Oh, yeah, that helps. Oh my gosh, that's actually really, really pretty. Like, it's like a green, but it has a little bit of blue in it. Ooh. Spraying your brush, I feel like with all eyeshadows, helps a ton. It just helps the product to stick better. Wow, okay, so I'm like super impressed right now with these $10 eyeshadows. First of all, they're huge. Like, compared to a lot of drugstore eyeshadow palettes, these pan sizes are like ginormo. Like, they are literally bigger than like MAC shadows, you know what I mean? Like, they're huge. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this gold color right here, and on the same brush I'm gonna apply that sort of like right on the outer part. Oh my god, do you see how pigmented that is? Can we take a minute? Wow, I'm kind of like really digging this. I know that this is kind of basic, but I really like it. Oh my god, you guys need these eyeshadow palettes like right now. Especially this one that I'm using with the shimmers. Oh my god, like this is beautiful. All right, so I'm going to obviously blend this in together so it doesn't look crazy. This is actually a blending brush that came with this eyeshadow palette right here. So I love how it comes with it because it's actually really good quality. So I'm kind of just gonna blend the edges of these 2 colors together just to kind of mesh them. All right, so I'm gonna be taking the shade right here. Oh, sorry about the glare. Let's do this shade right here, which is actually called Crimson. And I'm gonna be applying that in the crease, just to deepen that area up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my winged liner. Let me wipe away some of this fallout so it's not super annoying and distracting. Really, really loving this palette. I'm gonna be dipping into it a little bit later as well when I finish up the lower lash line and when I do the inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight, all that. But really, really impressed with both of these eyeshadow palettes. I think that they're great for the price. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my winged liner. I got the Havana and Camila Cabello collection that they have, and the packaging on this is freaking gorgeous. Like, I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna be using the eyeliner. This is the Flash liner in black. I really love the L'Oreal Lash Paradise liner, so I'm hoping that this is really good. It's a really, really big, thick eyeliner. It literally looks like a marker, like you're watching Disney Channel type thing, but hopefully it's good. It's like a nice felt tip. Oh, am I out of the frame? I'm so sorry. I get so close to my mirror that I honestly sometimes forget. So far, I really like how black this is. I'm gonna do a wing. So that eyeliner is bomb. Like, that was really easy to work with, even though it's so big. Like, the eyeliner literally is like a marker. The tip is really, really pointy, so it's like perfect for winged liner. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some lashes. These aren't super new, but I saw them at Target and I haven't used them in a while, so I'm gonna just use them because I feel like they're perfect with this look. These are the Allure number 126 lashes. All right, so lashes are on. I love the way this look turned out, especially with the lashes. I feel like it really just brings everything together. So now we can move into the skin. So I have this eyeshadow primer, face primer, not eyeshadow primer. This is from JoA. It's called the Glow Activator Radiance Primer, inspired by K Beauty. This is actually a new brand at CVS, but this was actually sent to me in PR. The packaging is so cute. So this is what that looks like. It looks like it has glitter in it. I'm hoping it doesn't. It feels like a jelly. I don't know. It feels really, really oily though. It's a mixture between an oil and a silicone base type of primer. It looks like it has tiny specks of glitter in it, which normally I'm not a huge fan of anything glittery on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my foundation. I actually have this one from Catrice. This is the HD liquid foundation. So I'm gonna go with the shade Camel Beige 46. Just looks like this. That rhymed. Packaging is nice. Feels kind of like a high-end foundation. It has like a dropper, which I'm not obsessed with the dropper. I'm gonna just literally do this because I'm not about that dropper life. So I actually have this e.l.f. beauty sponge. I've never tried this before. This is the Total Face sponge. It says you can use it wet or dry. That's what it looks like. I got it wet and it feels really, really squishy, which I'm excited for. I love trying new sponges out. So I'm gonna just press this into the skin. I think this color actually might be a good match for me, which is good. A lot of people always say, girl, you need help matching your foundations, because I usually, whenever I'm trying out a new foundation, I will just order online or I'll just go in store and I never know like my perfect shade. I just guess. So I'm like, hey, it happens. I'm human. This looks really pretty on the skin. It doesn't really look like it has a lot of coverage though. Like, I don't know if this is supposed to be a full coverage foundation. Oh, this sponge though feels freaking amazing. All right, let's look up some of the claims. I think I want to build up the foundation. I really like full coverage. I know that I don't have a lot of acne and a lot of you guys are like, why do you like full coverage if you have really good skin? I just feel like go hard or go home. If I'm gonna take the time to do my makeup and do like a super dramatic eye look, I want to have like a completed full coverage face. You know what I'm saying? So let me just grab my phone. I'm gonna look up the foundation so I can let you guys know the price and the claims, because I really don't know. Oh, this foundation's only $11, which is pretty good considering the packaging is pretty high-end looking and the shade range is decent. Okay, it's weird. I don't feel like online, I'm looking at right now at Ulta's website, they don't have a lot of shades in this foundation, so I don't know if maybe you have to go directly on their website or in stores to get the full shade range, but I'm only seeing 4 shades online. It says it covers imperfection, mattifies the skin, creates a smooth, even complexion for up to 24 hours, lightweight, high coverage. I don't think that this is high coverage at all. I'm going to build it up. It could be from the sponge as well. Like sometimes the sponge could absorb some product, but it doesn't seem like my sponge is absorbing a lot of the foundation. I'm not obsessed with the packaging though, like to be quite honest with you. The packaging for me is a dud. I don't like dropper foundations, and I feel like the dropper on this one doesn't really work the greatest, but the foundation itself is pretty nice. I'm gonna just use my sponge because I like the way this feels on my skin. All right, I'm gonna use a sponge on this side and then I'm gonna use a brush on the other just to see how it builds up with the brush. I feel like this gives you a really natural medium coverage. Definitely not full coverage. I'm gonna be using this RC Cosmetics Kabuki brush just to build up the other side. Like even with the brush, it's not full coverage even when you build it up. This is what it looks like. I like it. I like the way it looks. I'm just not obsessed with the packaging. So for concealer, I don't have a new concealer. I just ordered, like I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in the intro, the new Makeup Revolution concealer. I'm so excited for that one. But I'm gonna just use my Flower Beauty Light Illusion. This is probably a little too light for me right now, but we're gonna make it work. This one's in light medium. This is one of my favorite drugstore concealers. It's so good. I'm gonna just blend most of it out with the sponge, and then for the inner corners, I'm gonna use a brush just to be a little bit more precise. I'm gonna use an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. This is my favorite brush for blending out concealer. Oh, okay, I definitely need a darker shade of this concealer. I don't really like this under eye look that looks super bright anymore. I feel like, I don't know, I'm just not into it. Okay, I have the same concealer from Flower Beauty, but this one's just in the shade light medium. Wait, what was the shade that I was using? Oh, the shade that I was using is light. I don't know why I even have that. I'm gonna use the shade light medium. I don't know if that's gonna do much for color, but the coverage on this, even when you build it up, is bomb. For setting powder, I have this JoA Selfie Ready setting powder in Banana. Oh wow, it's like super affordable. It's only $9, which is not bad. That's like drugstore pricing. I always like to apply my powder with a sponge because I feel like it just really looks the best on the skin. I'm gonna let that bake for a little bit. It doesn't smell like anything. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. flat kabuki brush, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe away the powder, and as I'm wiping away, I'm gonna set the rest of my face with the powder. I will do a flash test also once I'm done the rest of my makeup, just to see if this is like good for pictures. Okay, this feels so soft, like I'm actually living. So I'm actually gonna just go ahead and finish up the lower lashes since I'm here. I have a weird way of doing my makeup, I know. So I'm gonna jump back into my Mixed Metals Peach palette, and I'm gonna start off by just taking this shade Outspoken, and I'm gonna be applying that right on the lower lash line. I'm gonna be using a flat definer brush. This one is from Sigma. It's the flat eyeliner E15 brush. Press that down. I don't know what color I want to do. Should I do like a little pop of color, like just to play with another shade? Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna go in with this blue right here. I'm gonna be a little adventurous, and I'm gonna apply that on my lower lash line. It's like a blue, but it has a little bit of purple in it too, so I think that's pretty. And I'm just gonna use the same exact brush to do this. It doesn't really match with the look, but whatever. I'm gonna use a different brush just to kind of smudge that out. Really pigmented. I feel like all the colors that I used so far, they're like super pigmented. Okay, I dragged that down pretty low, kind of by accident, but whatever, let's just go with it. I'm gonna go ahead and line my waterline, and I don't think I've ever used this eyeliner. I've used this eyeliner brand, just not this color. This is a L'Oreal Infallible liner in the shade Cobalt Blue, just to kind of go with the same theme that we have going on the lower lash line. Then I think I want to go in with this color right in here, just getting this one right here, just for the inner corner and brow bone highlight. And to do this, I'm going to use this pencil brush. This one's from Wet n Wild. It's the P10, one of my faves. I'm going to actually dip my brush in and spray it. Oh my god, that's like so intense. The brow bone highlight's also really good if you need to kind of clean up your eyeshadow. Like for me, sometimes I take my eyeshadow and I bring it in a little bit too much, so when I do the brow bone highlight, I feel like it kind of like corrects that mistake. All right, then for bronzer, I'm actually going to use the same eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to take out this part right here. I do like how you can take the palette sort of apart a little bit. It's really bulky. The packaging is cheap, I will say that, but the actual quality of the product is amazing, so it's like whatever, you know. I'm gonna actually start off with this shade right here to bronze, because I always like to bronze the skin. I'm gonna use this brush from Wet n Wild. It's the P60. Oh my gosh, so pigmented. Be very careful if you get this palette. Pigment is no joke. I'm gonna use a different brush. This is the LA Girl 104 brush, and I'm gonna dip into like the ashy tone color, and I'm gonna kind of mix it with the color next to it. You can see there's a lot of kickback, but this is what I'm gonna use to kind of be a little bit more precise with the bronzer and just contour a little bit. Not terrible, like it's really pigmented. I definitely think I like the eyeshadows more than this, but it's okay. Then I have this blush also. I have the blushes in there, but I'm gonna use this other blush that I have from Joa Beauty. It's actually a blush and bronze palette. Yeah, no, I don't like this. It's like very ashy on the skin, like it literally looks white. I don't know if you can really see that, but I don't like that. Yeah, no. Okay, this for me is a no-go. I'm gonna use the blush in here, which has a lot of shimmer in it. And it's very pinky. I normally go for stuff that's a little bit more on the warm side, just because I feel like those are the colors that I'm most attracted to. I used to love colors like this, but not so much anymore. For highlight, I'm so excited about this. This is the Perfusion Luminizer 2 palette. This is a 5-shade highlighter palette. This was only $5 at Target, and I'm so attracted to this yellow right here. It reminds me of Trophy Way from Fenty Beauty. I'm gonna use my Anastasia A23 brush, which is my favorite highlighting brush at the moment. Ooh. Let me wipe this away. I feel like it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. definitely reminds me of Trophy Wife for sure. And this is like me not even spraying my brush, but that's so pretty. Let's kind of tone it down a little bit though. I'm gonna mix with the shade right next to it, which is called Visionary, and I'm gonna just kind of, you know, tone that down a little bit because this is very bold highlight. Ooh, you can tone it down. See, you still have that yellow tint, but it's a little bit less yellow and it's more, you know, light, so it's a little bit more wearable. Because I know not everybody likes that. I know people hate when I apply a lot of highlighter, but you know, makeup is so personal preference. Like if you don't like a lot of highlighter, the great thing is that you don't have to do a lot of highlighter. It is whatever you like. I'm gonna just blend this out. How is this $5? That's like the question of the day. That's what I don't get. So this is the Lips to Go little lip kit trio. It just looks like this. This one's in the shade Charm, and it actually matches perfectly with this makeup look that we have going on because it's like an orange lip color. Okay, it comes with a matte lip cream, sparkling lip topper, which literally looks like glitter, and then a matte lip liner. Oh, it's super creamy. It smells good. Okay, I suck at lining my lips, so we're not gonna judge here. This, surprisingly, I'm like applying it and it's not breaking. Like normally stuff like this breaks like the really, really cheap lip pencils, but this is actually really good. Okay, I'm excited. I'm gonna go over top of that with the matte lip cream. Oh my God, I love this color. I don't wanna put on the lip topper because this is so pretty. Oh my gosh, it feels so comfortable too. Like that formula is really, really nice. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and set my makeup. I'm gonna use my Jcat Makeup Matte Setting Spray. All right guys, I'm back. So this is the completed look. Let me just say that I definitely had a lot more hits than misses. There were some products that didn't really work out for me, but all in all, I'm really, really impressed. So let's just go through the products that I wasn't really obsessed with. So the first product is this Joa Beauty Glow Activator Radiance Primer. I don't really honestly see myself using this constantly. It has a lot of glitter in it, and I'm just not obsessed with primers with glitter in them. Formula feels okay. It was really soft on the skin, but at the same time, it feels super oily. So if you have oily skin, I don't really think you would love this, honestly, at all. If it didn't have the glitter, I think I would like it a little bit more, but all in all, I feel like there's much better primers. So for me, I wasn't obsessed with this. Also the foundation, like I really like the way that it looks on my skin right now, but the packaging is not my favorite. Like I don't love this applicator. I mean, I would keep using it just because it does look really pretty on the skin, but I mean, it was nothing out of this world amazing. I feel like I have other foundations in my collection, drugstore and high-end, that I love more than this one. I really like the way this powder looks on the skin, but the ultimate test is gonna be how it looks with flash. So let's go ahead and just take a picture really quick. I'm gonna just use my iPhone 7. Oh my God. First of all, this is not a cute selfie. I literally look scared, but it definitely looks super white. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my ring light so we can really see how it looks with like no lights in here. Oh my God. All right, so you can see it's super white. So this is definitely not flash approved. So if you're going out and you're using this powder, you're gonna get that white cast, which sucks because I actually really like the way the powder looks on the skin. Like it feels really soft. It doesn't look white like in person, but when you take pictures, it's not gonna be cute, so that sucks. I think that's pretty much, oh, another thing I wanted to mention, this Jcat Matte Makeup Setting Spray, I think this is a setting spray that I used before, but I don't know. I don't remember if the smell was as strong as it is now. It doesn't smell bad, but at the same time, it kind of smells like, just like really musky perfume, and I'm not obsessed with it. I can still smell it on my skin right now, and I thought the scent was gonna go away because it's not that bad when you spray it, but like I can still smell it and it's a little bit overwhelming. So I would definitely pass on this setting spray as well. I think there's way better drugstore ones that don't have a strong scent. I also really don't love this blush and bronzer palette from Joa Beauty. I just feel like the color is just not my cup of tea. Like it looks very ashy on my skin tone personally. Maybe if you're super, super fair, you would love it, but this for me is definitely a pass. So the other thing that I really wasn't obsessed with was the face palette in this Perfusion kit thing. It's not awful, but it's not like blowing my socks away. So I would still repurchase this palette though, just for the eyeshadows alone, and I would recommend it to you guys because I think even if you don't use everything except for the eyeshadows, the palette is still worth it just because it's only 10 bucks. So that being said, I absolutely love this palette. I think it's amazing. The packaging sucks because honestly it's so bulky, but the eyeshadows are gems and I'm obsessed with them, and I can't wait to do more looks because I think this is such a beautiful palette. The formula is creamy, blendable. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about these eyeshadows. There is some fallout, but the blendability and the creaminess of them is just amazing. I also really love this Mixed Metals Peach palette. I mean, the pans in here are huge. Like, they're just like unlike no other. I don't know if you guys saw, but Kylie Cosmetics actually just launched some single shadows. They're $7 a piece. This palette is $10 and you get these beautiful, creamy, blendable shades. So I think totally worth it. And they do have another palette like this, I mean, very similar concept, just different shades. So if you don't love warm tones, I think you would love that one. So this, I recommend everybody to go out and get. Also, this Luminizer 2 palette, I'm so impressed with it. I mean, you can see it's so soft and creamy. I mean, the highlights don't have any glitter in them. They're just so beautiful on the skin. I mean, even if you don't love all of the shades in here, for the price, you can't beat it. Like, I probably wouldn't use this like really light shade right here on the end, but this is only $5. So even if I don't use 1 or 2 shades in here, it's still worth it. So I love this palette. I also really like the lip kit. Again, I think for the price, you can't really go wrong. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be super long wearing. Like, just from me talking, it looks like it's kind of faded already, but again, for $5. This eyeliner I also love. It was really easy to work with. I like the formula of it. It's matte and it's black. And I think if you're a beginner, you would honestly love it just because the tip is just like perfection. So this, I love. So I would say we had a really good, successful handful of amazing products. Perfusion is getting a double thumbs up for me. I'm super impressed with their products. Let me know if you guys have tried any of their other products and what you think, because so far I'm really impressed, so I would love to hear from you. I will leave a pinned comment letting you guys know how this makeup wears throughout the rest of the day because I have some other things to do. I have to edit this video, so I'll let you guys know if anything changes, but so far, I'm happy. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what else you want to see down below in the comments. Thanks for everything. I love you all, and I'll see you in a few days in my next one. Bye.